Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the channel update for January 2024, the year of the me, aka the year of the dragon. There aren't any other dragons, after all. I hope everyone's December went well, and if you celebrated any of the holidays, you had a lovely, lovely time, and if you had a good New Year's. Let's go ahead and dive right into what's going on the channel. Tales of Destiny and Divinity Original Sin still ongoing. Both of those are on the wind down. Divinity Original Sin only has one major area left once we finish the area that we're in, and it's a smaller area, if I remember correctly, more on the size of Hyberheim. So probably not too much time will be necessary for that. Could be wrong. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on like secondary maps, caves, and dungeons and stuff like that. We'll see. It's not doing the best for the channel. In fact, it may have unseated Banner Saga as the worst performing Let's Play I've done. Also, a lot longer than that, so that makes a big difference too. But I wanted to play it, and I'm playing it, so it happens. Um, whether the what this may hold for the possibility of Divinity Original Sin 2, I don't know. I don't know. Tales of Destiny doing much better, but that is also on the wind down. We're basically on the getting into the second half of the game there, which I don't think is as long as the first half. So, which makes total sense. Unequal halves, right? But that one will probably end up, finishing before Divinity Original Sin, just because it's a faster-paced game, and Divinity is not a fast-paced game. So, I'd predicted Tales of Destiny would be about 70 episodes, I think, and I think we're still pretty much on target for that. I think that's going to be about where that ends up, somewhere in that zone. In addition, a new Let's Play has started over on Zerfall's channel with me co-commenting. Treasure Conflicts for the SNES Satellaview. That was the satellite transmission system that they had. A very weird system that you could basically get downloaded games. But it was like you had to set it up to receive the game at a specific time because that's when they would transmit it. You couldn't like request a game. That's also the system that that Radical Dreamers, the original sequel to Chrono Trigger, was out on. And I do need to play that as well, so that will probably be coming. But it's been interesting to see how these games work. It is very much, very clear that Treasure Conflicts is not a game that really could have been released at the time. It could have been on like a pack, like if you had gone and gotten a new SNES and it was like Duck Hunt and Super Mario World and Treasure Conflicts, probably would have been okay. But it's interesting regardless. It's definitely an interesting game, and I don't have to do the ship combat. Yay! I just have to rib Zerfall for it. Yay! But that's been fun. So do check that out as well. It's not a long game. We're not done with it, but I don't know how many more videos it really has. So we'll see. We will definitely see. Um, let's see. Otherwise, stream-wise, Zelda. I'm gonna actually be diving in back into that in just a short matter of time. It's going to be starting early, so by the time this video goes up, I may have already started streaming, so do join me there. I'm going to wrap up the game today in the stream, because I want to do some other fun stuff before the end of the month when Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth comes out, sequel to Yakuza Like a Dragon. Which I never actually moved those videos over to YouTube here. I probably will for Infinite Wealth, but that's all over on Twitch if you want to watch the VODs. They are up there. If you want to watch that one, do check that out. But that was a very long game as well. I expect Infinite Wealth to also be a long game, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I want to wrap up Tears of the Kingdom tonight. So I'm going to be doing some side questing, and then we're going to jump into the end game. And I'm going to go until it finishes. So, you know, it could be I'm going to start early, and it could go long. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Um, let's see. Retro Variety streams are still ongoing on Wednesday. And Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster, we wrapped that up a couple weeks ago and have dived into Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. So that'll be going for a while. I don't know what I'm going to do when that is done, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, that's months away, so I don't need to think about that too much. I am slowly working on changing up the Lego building stream VODs, and giving, like, rather than having just one big ol' playlist for it, I'm gonna try to make separate playlists for either, like, I made one for Rivendell. I went back and made one for the Titanic build. I'm going to make one for the Eiffel Tower. But then also, like what you see here, Lego Modular City Collection. All of those modulars are going to be going in there. We did the police station for 3 weeks, and then just on last Friday, we started the Natural History Museum. So all of that's in there. And they'll be in order. Whereas the Lego Building Streams, the big old playlist, it goes in order. So when I do something different on Wednesday, it'd be like, you know, police station, something else, police station, something else, police station. Yeah, and that's not the best for a viewing experience. It's okay for if you actually want to just go in and scroll through, and pick and choose what you're watching, but I feel like I need to make a change there. So that's getting some tweaks. I may make some other tweaks. I'm noticing that having like the 4 videos here does cover up the Lego Dragon icon, so that's not the best. Even the time here does, so I may move the dragon up to the corner, like for, you know, Tales of Destiny and stuff like that. That may work out better. So I may make that change. It's pretty easy to change, and I can easily go tweak that. But again, I got AuldDragon builds in that and stuff like that. So trying to get some nice branding. One problem that I am encountering now is that you can only have 12 sections here on your homepage. I currently have 13 because I think when I turned on, I think I had 12 when I turned on when the membership one popped in. It only shows up if you have 8 members or more. So that's 13. I'd have to remove 2 to be able to put a collection of playlists in. So I may make some changes. I mean, I do have 3 3 playlists sections for like active, you know, recent series. Try to, you know, keep it so that even though a series is done and been watched, it's still showing up and available, kind of thing. But I may make some tweaks, and we'll see how that goes. I am still thinking about creating some additional channels for VODs because they are very low performing generally. And I think that might be best to move them to another channel. I would, of course, still have the, you know, like the playlists and everything like that. But there's headaches there because, like, for one thing, I would want the Lego stock content to have its own channel. I would want the Spelljammer streams to have its own channel, and I would want all the other VODs to have their own channel. So I'm looking at 3 other channels there. because I think if the D&D stuff on its own would perform better than mixing it in with everything else. The Lego content would perform better rather than mixing it in with all the other stuff. And of course, the other VODs just are all video game VODs, so they can all be together. So, but that's, I mean, I'm looking at 4 channels there to manage. I don't like the idea of doing that, of having to do that. I don't like the idea of needing to think about that and manage where I'm uploading everything. There's no system for like moving videos from one channel to another. I don't know, like, if you were married to someone and you start up a channel and it's like Joe and Beth's thing, and then you get divorced, but you still each want to create your own video content. Like it's Joe and Beth, but each of you had you had some videos together and you had some videos separate, and so like you can't move videos. I don't like it. There are definitely problems that could come up, like if someone hacked my channel and then moved all my videos to their own channel, would probably be very, very difficult to get them back. So I can understand that issue, but then again, if someone hacks my channel, they can just delete all my videos too. So, and I'd be screwed in basically the same way. But it is kind of frustrating to not be able to move videos and like keep their views, keep their comments, keep all of their analytics, but just get them onto a separate channel that is more appropriate. Because, again, like the thing that YouTube will pop up and say is like, try something new. But if you try something new, it is, number one, it is probably more likely to hurt your channel. It is a real crapshoot on whether that is going to help your channel or not. If it helps your channel, it's probably going to really help your channel. But it's like, you got to get, it's like rolling a d20 and you got to get the critical hit. That's the only way that it can succeed. Get a natural 20. And everything else is going to harm your channel. So if you try something new, your only real option is to either, your only real options are to leave it up, which could further create a drag on your channel, or, delete it, which then it's just memory holding it and no one else can see that. So the fact that I can't, like, split off a channel, I don't know. I have no idea on YouTube's end what that might entail, how much of a headache that might end up being. No clue. But I do think that it is a shame that that is not something that is possible. Because if I could just split off certain videos, like I could say, all right, select the Lego streams and send to new channel that I manage. Select the Spelljammer stuff, send to new channel that I manage. It would be it would be a very convenient way of getting the low performing stuff that you don't want to get rid of off to another thing without like just re-uploading them and and forcing them to start from scratch. Because that's one of the things. If I started a new channel, some of the content on here I would want over there and not staying here, but I'd be losing all the views. Now, admittedly, some of those things don't have a whole lot of views, but yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what the best solution is. I'm not sold on that, but I am looking at the analytics, and I'm kind of like, I think I have to. I think I may have to eventually. Right now, Divinity Original Sin is creating a big drag on the channel. I mean, just comparing 45 views to 145 views. 45 views for Divinity Original Sin versus Tears of the Kingdom Session 99. It got a lot less than one of the Lego build streams, which are, like, these are not high-performing things. The VODs are not high-performing videos. I expect them to not perform well. Divinity Original Sin doing this badly is really bad. If I was another type of Let's Player, that would have been deleted. Divinity Original Sin would have been stopped somewhere along the line and entirely deleted. If I was the type that was like, everything needs to hit their targets, and if they don't hit their targets, they're a drag on the channel and they got to be gone. I don't like that though, because one thing that I want to do is show off the games and show off the the games to the people who are watching my channel and enjoying it, and I don't want to take that from those who are enjoying it. I don't want to take the enjoyment from myself. I don't want to stop playing a game that I'm having fun with because it's not performing well, kind of thing, you know? So to a certain extent, I have to just live with the fact that these things that I want to do are going to hurt my channel overall. So, I don't know. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. But that is one reason why it is so important to also support the channel in any way that you can. Joining the channel memberships here. Patreon, it is so very important to support over on Patreon. There are, of course, links and get a channel membership and support the channel and ensure that even if the channel isn't doing super well in the analytics, I'm still able to continue doing this and produce the content that you guys are enjoying. The same thing over on Twitch, subscribing on Twitch and cheering with bits and stuff like that. All of that does help me to ensure that I can continue doing this even when I start a series that ends up being low performing and has a negative impact on the channel. I'm enjoying it. Those who are watching it, and I'm not trying to guilt trip anyone into watching something that they're not interested in. If you're not interested in something, it's fine. Don't watch it. That's fine. One of the reasons, again, one of the reasons why I do a variety of games, within some reason, I don't play sports games because I don't like those. But if I did, then I'd be, those would be in the list too. I'd be playing those too. I'm playing what I enjoy and hoping that people who enjoy those as well are finding the content. That's kind of how it is. So if you're not if you don't enjoy Divinity Original Sin, you say, not my game. That's fine. I'm not trying to guilt trip anyone into watching it. Obviously, it is not many people's game type of game, but that's fine. But again, that's why supporting with the channel memberships, Twitch subscriptions, Patreon support, all of that is very, very, very important. Please do consider it if you can. It does ensure that I can continue doing this and will continue doing this into the future. And for all of those who do support, we've got members here showing up here on YouTube, names scrolling by for patrons down below. Really does mean a lot to me. Thank you very much, especially in this new year, and especially with the recent struggles that the channel has had. I don't know if it was just a bad month or what. Numbers have recovered slightly. It's not as bad as it was. I had a really, really bad September. I think it was September here on YouTube. Really bad, historically bad. It has not been as bad as that since the early days of the channel when it was actually growing. When that was good numbers because it was better than the previous months and stuff like that. I don't think the numbers had been that low since 2013. So, yeah, it was bad. We've recovered a little bit. I don't know why, but I'm still looking at the numbers, and it's it's still fluctuating a lot. Just last year, and for half a decade at least, I don't think that I ever hit negative numbers on subscribers more than once every incredibly rare while. Meaning that I lost more subscribers in a day than I gained, and now it's a periodic thing. but it's being somewhat offset by good numbers on other days. So, but that's just you know, a lot of that is just down to the YouTube algorithm. YouTube does not like this content. It does not like this kind of content. It does not want me creating this kind of content. Uh, I don't know why they don't, and I don't know how to convince them that they should be encouraging this kind of content too. Every time they pop up a survey, I am very critical of their algorithm and everything like that. But you know, how much good that does, I don't know. But if you want to do what you can for the algorithm, please do remember that liking the videos, subscribing to the channel for sure. If you're watching these videos and you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribing to the channel helps. But liking the videos, leaving a comment, and watching fully, all of that does ensure, like, that's the maximizing thing that you can do on individual videos to help out the channel. And that goes not just for me, that goes for any other channel that you're watching, regardless of their content. It is all very important. So, you know, anything that you can do to help in that regard, please do consider doing so. But that is going to wrap us up this month. Those who've been following me for a while do know that I create write-ups for AD&D Second Edition deities. The deity this month is the Dark God, also known as the God at the End of All Things. An imprisoned deity, a very dark and evil deity intent on basically the destruction of everything. And very, very, very heavily modeled after Tharizdun. In fact, one product basically says that it is Tharizdun. I went kind of a maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Who knows? No one really knows because it's impossible. Like, it's impossible to really determine unless they're both released, kind of thing. So that's kind of the way I went, so that they can be the same. They don't have to be the same, depending on your own campaign, that sort of thing. But if that's up your alley, do check out the blog and read through the entry. I did slip in a fun little anagram. Both words that are anagrams for each other, very, very relevant in this entry. So, you know, if you figure out what those words are, do let me know and see. I'm curious if anyone will pick up on that. But that is what's going on the channel for this month. Hope everyone's January goes well. New year, new things. I hope that the new year will bring great things for you and yours. And I want to thank everyone for all the support that they have been showing me. All the channel members, all the Patreon supporters, all of the Twitch subscribers. Really does mean a lot to me. Thank you all very, very much. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful January. See you in the next video, everyone.